Hi and welcome back. In the last few episodes, we explored the breathtaking south of Bolivia, venturing through the vast Altiplano and the striking Salar de Uyuni. But this time, we are leaving behind the arid plains and heading into much wetter and more challenging terrain, deep in central Bolivia. Our plan? To take an alternative route to La Paz through the infamous Route 25. But the rains that barely touched us in the south hit us hard here, turning the journey into a mud-soaked nightmare. With treacherous roads and impossible river crossings, this adventure pushed us to the very limit of what we and our defender could handle.
Final two streams, which are like hip deep. They have like a crazy amount of current. I almost couldn't walk them.
And along the way, let's say we run into some characters who raise more than a few questions. We are in Cochabamba, the city of eternal spring. After days of tough driving, arriving here felt like stepping into a peaceful oasis. But the peace was short. We had to get things done before hitting the road again. Oh my god!
Right timing.
This is it. Everybody's in good spirits. Now we are part of the carnival, tour. We spend the whole day doing laundry, buying stuff, and now it's a bit of a mess here. Well, before we get on going, we need to get out of here, and that's going to take a bit. It's still carnival holidays, so there's a lot of people around, especially a lot of families. As is more usual than not, it took us longer than expected to wrap up in the city. Just before sunset, we started our ascent into the mountains. And from here we can see how big Cochabamba is. It didn't feel that big. The weather was still beautiful, but there were subtle signs of change, and a shift in the air hinted what was to come. What a terrible morning. It's been raining the whole night and the whole morning. we were struggling to even find space for everything. And to add it to it, the hose from our water tank was leaking on the seat from Kai the whole night. So one of the seats is completely wet, gonna use it. Everything is wet, like the jacket from Carsten was on the seat, also wet. Like half of the things in this car are wet now. We're not taking the number 4, which would be the direct road, the main road from Cochabamba to La Paz, but a bit more north, it's another route that goes through the mountains, the number 25, and we are taking that one. We asked around, also in the camping yesterday, and they said it could be adventurous, especially with so much rain now in the rainy season. And normally, like, there are no buses that go through, only locals drive this road. So, like, the state of the road, we don't know it exactly, but hopefully it's good enough. At the moment we just don't see anything, it's just a cloud.
Route 25 is approximately 450 kilometers of winding curves that ascend and descend endlessly between mountain ranges. It runs entirely at an altitude above 2,500 meters. It is a gravel, dirt, and usually very dusty track. For us, with this weather, it feels more like a mud pit. The route is famous for its stunning mountains, which rise dramatically on either side. The vegetation is a mix of high-altitude grasslands and subtropical forest, similar to the Sacred Valley in Peru, but way less populated. We only see a few small towns and lonely houses, animals now and then, and coca plantations. With the water collecting in the mountains, we knew we had to keep on going. Our main fear was landslides and falling rocks. After such heavy rainfall, this is far from uncommon here. After a while, the rain finally gave us a short break, So we decided to take advantage of it, have lunch, and dry our stuff. You could say we were really roughing it, and I would agree. But once you become uncomfortable, you kind of start to adapt the reality around you. Sometimes even pushing things too far. As we were getting to the bottom of the mountain to change to the next valley, that's exactly what was at play. Pressure? Oh, stop. Stop. You don't know where it's going, the river's here. Our relationship with rivers and flooded areas has been, well, a bit rocky in the past. I wouldn't call it our kryptonite, but we have definitely gained a healthy respect for them. So the river is in full swing. I was talking to these two men here. They are checking the river because they want to cross it tomorrow. And they say that it is maybe possible tomorrow knowing where you go. Because it's true, like underneath here, it's rock, it's solid because the water just flushes all the mud away. And it's solid. The problem is that if you go a bit closer to here, you can see that's pretty dangerous. But let's see what we do, because going back it's just insane. And that's a lot of current, but I think they are super used to it. I went like where he is at the moment. I was pretty scared. This is Sacambaya River, the natural separation between the regions of Cochabamba and La Paz. And it's massive. The plans to construct a bridge have been delayed over the years, and the only way to get to La Paz is crossing the more than 400 meters wide riverbed. We knew about this river and have read how other overlanders have crossed it, but not in the rainy season. We haven't faced such a challenge before, so with the day coming to an end, we decided to camp here and assess the situation in the morning. It was raining during the night, but not as much, and I think the level also went a bit down. Still, like, there's a lot of water everywhere. Another Hilux came this morning to cross. Looks like there's a tractor coming down to pull this white car. And maybe we just cross as well. I mean, it's maybe the safest time to cross. There's a tractor. They stopped for a moment, and now I don't know if they're trying to find another way. That's the most difficult part of the whole thing. At least that's what they told us yesterday.
Kannst du das ein Stück weiter rüber legen? So. Mal aufnehmen.
The water level is going down every minute. That's a good sign. Still, the three guys are checking where to cross. Guy is checking where to cross, and the other cars are also checking, walking the path. Gaston is trying to find new paths, more direct ones. Sí. Oh my god, it's really deep as well. Oof. You cannot see very well, but the river is huge. You can see how small tractors it's, and also like the people. Guys back there. A tractor is good.
So I walked the whole river and I marked it with poles, and I think most of it would be possible until you come to the final two streams, which are like hip deep and have a lot of current. They're not really wide, but they have like crazy amount of current. I almost couldn't walk them. So I'm not comfortable doing it alone. They have a tractor to pull the van through, and they told us it's roughly $100 to like help us as well. I would not do it. It's just hip deep is at the maximum we can do, or we are willing to do. We will get water in the car, we will need to clean everything. It's with a lot of risk, and so we decided to drive back like probably 12 hours and drive around. That's basically how far we can go.
All the weight on the tractor because they had a lot of gasoline. And so they can reduce a bit of the weight in that van and get a bit of clearance. But yeah, they have like I don't know how many liters of gasoline and other things. I was saying it's just like a, what do you call it? Bomb?
Rolling bomb.
Rolling bomb.
Car bomb.
Car bomb. I think I'm going to go without the bus, just with everything.
We are pretty sure these guys weren't just transporting gasoline to help the towns on the other side. From the van's dashboard piled high with coca leaves, to their odd reactions, the way they hesitated before answering our questions, and most of all, the urgency to cross the river at any cost. It all pointed to something else. While we may never know the full story, it was clear those people were somehow connected to the cocaine production. Bolivia is the third largest producer of coca leaves in the world. About 2/3 of the plantations are legal, primarily used for traditional purposes like tea and chewing, but the remaining third, grown in clandestine fields, fits into the cocaine trade. To extract the alkaloids from coca leaves, chemicals like gasoline are often used in the process to create coca paste, which is then refined into cocaine. We didn't know if these guys were actually transporting gasoline. It didn't quite feel like liquid. Or if it was something else used in the production chain. But one thing was certain. They were moving something critical to the process.
Now they're crossing again.
There's a lot of current.
Yeah, I see.
We never expected to find ourselves this close to something like this.
Wasser wegfahren und dann können wir alles aufmachen.
Between the raging river and the sketchy people transporting who knows what, it felt like we had enough. There used to be a bridge there, like we were to the left, and here on this side there was a bridge, but it's completely gone. So yeah, that's why we cannot cross now.
We are going back where we came from, so it was too dangerous to attempt anything, and the tractor like $100, it's just a joke. They're really like, I mean, they can charge whatever they want, so but yeah, so we will go back where we came from and to one of the towns. There's another small road that connects to the main let's say highway to La Paz, which is number 4. It's going backwards, so like we really are going backwards and nearly to Cochabamba, but it's the only way we can do. The other option is to go to Cochabamba and take this same road, so we will take this small road. The other Hilux is doing the same, so yeah, it will take us also a long time, and then we will go through the south of La Paz.
The risks were just too high. Sometimes the best decision is to trust your gut. So even though it meant another full day of driving back the way we came, we were more than happy to get out of there. Knowing when to walk away, or in this case drive away, is just as important as knowing when to push forward. Oh, and to add to it, hours later police stopped us and asked us about a red pickup they were searching. Yeah, let's go back to the main road.
We just bought 20 liters of diesel. That's great. We bought it here in one of the biggest towns called Independencia. It's going to help us do this new route which connects the 25 with the 4. Apparently the conditions are good for the street, but still we need to go up the valley, down the valley, I think at least 2 times, if not 3 times. So it's going to be tough again, and it's been raining the whole day. So yeah, I hope I can make it.
The way back was nothing new. More rain, more mud, and more winding roads. The weather didn't even give us a break at the campsite that night. It's moments like this, when conditions don't improve, that can easily lead to burnout. For now, we were focused on one thing: reaching the main road in one piece.
What a beautiful morning! The mountains are beautiful here. So beautiful. See it from here. We just came back to civilization and we are putting some diesel right now. After the Odyssey, the only thing left to deal with was mud. And for that, we were grateful. Facing the conditions of the roads, the rain and the sketchy river, the aftermath was only mud. Something that could be easily removed with a bucket of water. Sometimes there is a fine line between adventure and craziness. Pushing the limits can lead to incredible experiences, but it can also take you right to the edge. This time we managed to stay on the right side of the line, but it's always a reminder, out here it doesn't take much for things to go the other way. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.